I misspoke at the beginning of that gospel. Did you catch it? It's the year of Luke. So I was thinking the gospel was from Luke. The gospel's from John. The gospel of unity. There was a woman from our parish named Lois Chapman who died not too long ago. She had 11 children. And she talked for years about her favorite birthday that she ever had. It was the year that her children were all there, and they presented her with a great big box that said Chapman, her family name, on it. And when she opened it up, she found inside a carefully wrapped box, inside the first one. It was beautiful with a bow, and it said Jack on it, her oldest son. Jack, she thought, so she opened that one up, and there was another box, just as beautiful, just a little smaller in there, and it said Carol. And then she opened another, and then another, and each of her 11 children had a box until she got to the very smallest one, and on that one was the name of her youngest, her baby, Curry. And when she opened that box, she found a ring with 11 birthstones on it. What a gift. You see why that was her favorite birthday. She couldn't believe her eyes. Isn't that what every mother wants? For all of their family to be together, for everyone to be united. On that day, everyone fit. Everyone was a part of the family, a part of the whole picture. And that is the feeling we're supposed to get when we hear Jesus speaking this way. We are one, he says in the gospel. I am in them, Father, and you are in me. So you are right in the middle of all of them. You're at the center of this whole thing. Like nesting dolls or like boxes, one inside another. All of them part of the same whole. Jesus says, they will be one, Father, as we are one. That's how close Jesus wants us to be. Jesus wants us to be as close to each other as he is to the Father. He is revealing to us very clearly that it is God's will that we are united. And that is precisely what makes the situation we are all in right now such a problem. You know the situation we're in. They say that America is more divided right now than it has been since the middle of the 1800s, since the Civil War. Do you feel that in your own life? Can you feel why someone would say that? Are you part of that division at all in any way? A lot of us are. Here's a test you can take to see if this division is getting to you. Question number 1. Do you ever yell at the TV or the radio? Have you ever yelled when you've heard something in response? Is there anybody in your life that you've disagreed with that you've considered just cutting off? You know what? Maybe I don't need Shirley in my life anymore. Maybe this is time to just end this. Are there any people that you know that you actually could not say one nice thing about? You're so frustrated with them. If somebody asked you, what is something nice you could say about Tim? You just couldn't come up with it because you're so frustrated. You couldn't think of a single redeeming quality. That one, especially that last one, that is a great big red flag for all of us. If we can't think of one good thing about someone else, then we're probably getting into a dangerous zone. Because in the first reading, the church has paired the gospel about unity with a story about Stephen, who was spreading a message that some people found obnoxious. That was the word they used. He was being obnoxious to them. And so they couldn't think of one thing that they liked about him. And in a moment of fury, they stoned him to death. It's not unthinkable that that would happen today. It happens now. We convict people of crimes, and if the crimes are serious enough, we say, you know what? I can't think of one redeeming thing about this person. I can't think of one reason why they should be alive. And so we execute them. So this is what's hard for us, is we don't ever want to get anywhere near stoning people. We don't want to throw the switch on anybody. That's not the kind of people we are. But if we are starting to get to the point where we can't think of any redeeming qualities of people who disagree with us, then maybe it's a good time for us to see that as a red flag and to say, Christ was very clear about the need for unity and that we really cannot stand if we're divided. His words today are clear. Father, I want them to be one as we are one. Moments of anger can temporarily blind us to someone's good qualities. And if you are like me, you have the temptation at times when you're really mad to not worry about burning the bridge. Maybe I'll burn that bridge. It would be so glorious, flaming up. Sometimes when we're really mad, we don't act the way we would if we were calm. And so, have you ever been in a disagreement with somebody and you think of the perfect thing to say, the thing that'll just push it right over the edge? But you have that voice that says, if you say this, you can't take it back, and it's going to change things. And have you ever, if you think back over your whole life, have you ever had that moment and thought, oh man, if I say this, I'm gonna push it right over the edge, and you go there anyway? Have you ever done that? Disagreeing is not a sin. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing. But becoming disunified, Jesus says, is. That's not what he wants. And this is where we are being challenged to let go of something that is very natural for us humans but does not help us. And that is the love that most of us have of being right, of feeling like I'm the one who's right here. And all of us love that feeling. Some love it more than others, depending on your personality. But all of us want to be right on some level. But right automatically causes problems. Because if one person is right, what are the people who are disagreeing with them? Automatically wrong. And wrong is not something that builds unity. One thing you will notice about holy people, and there are some very holy people in our community, one thing you'll notice about them is that they always recognize that we're all united. If someone is focusing on differences, it's a sign that they're not very far in their spiritual journey. It's okay. Everybody's allowed to be where they are in their journey. But if what you're focused on all the time is who's different and how this doesn't fit, it's a sign of being quite early in the journey. And an image that a lot of spiritual authors use about this is climbing a mountain. You know, if you're at the base camp at the bottom of the mountain, the other side of the mountain is so far away. There are places, I got to go to the Andes once in South America. We were on this mountain where the other side of the mountain was in another country. Peru was over there, Bolivia was over here. So at the base of a mountain, the distances are great. And you could think, I have nothing in common with the people on the other side of this mountain. But as you climb, what happens? By nature, what does a mountain do? The paths come closer together. And by the time you get near the top, you can see each other. The paths actually converge until you're at the summit and you realize there's one path. Gosh darn it, there was one path this whole time. How is that? I thought that the paths at the bottom of the mountain were so far apart. But look at this. All the paths at the summit are together. So when someone says, you know, we're really all one, you're hearing someone speaking who's seen the mountaintop. When people say how different they are from everybody else, that's usually a sign that they're closer to base camp. And that's not to judge any of us. It's just to recognize that that's how the spiritual life works. So this week, we are being encouraged by Jesus, the very last reading we're going to have before we receive the Spirit at Pentecost. This is our last time gathering before Pentecost. Jesus is saying, I want you to overcome your differences. So might you consider this week making a little mental list for yourself of the people who you cannot think of one redeeming quality about? And maybe that's somebody who lives near you or down the street, or it's somebody else in town, or maybe it's somebody you only see on TV. But if we can't think of one thing that could possibly make that person still a child of God, then perhaps we're being called to find a way. Instead of saying about somebody, they are totally 100% wrong, might we be able to say, I feel so different from them. This is revealing to me that I've got some growing still to do. Could we develop a taste for unity, a love for unity, that'll help us to know that we're getting closer to the goal? Instead of being right, Jesus wants us to be one. He wants us to love unity and family harmony more than we love being the one who's right. That's what's going to make us happy. That's what made Lois Chapman happy on the best birthday of her life. And that's what he wants for us, too.